Alright people, so I'm here with your Raw review. Let's get right into the show here. So we have Samoa Joe, Stephanie McMahon, and Mick Foley out there to cut the promo. This is Samoa Joe's opening promo, kind of his introduction to us, I guess, on Raw here. He's signing his contract. So he starts to talk, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to destroy all the, superstars in the back there and shit like that, and he's making threats. But it's like everything is so fucking short. It's like they can't give, it's like this is Samoa Joe's first time out there. I mean, give him 10 or 15 minutes at least to like make an introduction seem, like he's badass or something. Instead, it's just like they give him like 5 minutes and that's it. Again, it's short. Everything is so fucking short. So, and then out of all people to come out, it's fucking Roman Reigns, of course. I mean, fucking Roman Reigns. I cannot believe this guy. So he comes out here, and he's, oh, this is my yard. Yeah, it's my yard. That's what he tells Samoa Joe, and so then we get a match, and that's basically, Reigns comes out, talks for a minute, and the only reason of that is so they could create a main event for the night, and so we get our match there. Not much of a promo, and when Roman Reigns is out there, that's a promo killer. That there's not going to be much said after that, because we all know Roman Reigns can only cut a promo for about 2 minutes at the max. Then we have Nia Jax defeating Bayley. This match was 6 minutes long. About, Charlotte comes down and interferes. Just a basic fucking Divas match. 1 out of 5 stars. If you compare Nia Jax to Braun Strowman, they're pretty much identical in the fact that they're both, monsters. Or they're supposed to be monsters. But Braun Strowman does such a better job of acting like a monster than her. Her voice, first off, her voice is so high when she talks. She seems so weak when she talks. Second off, her theme song isn't good for a monster. It's not, like if you look at Braun Strowman, the theme song is very much better suited for a monster. And she's a woman too, which makes it harder to appear as a monster. It's just harder as a woman to appear like a beast or whatever. But she just doesn't do it. Like when Samoa Joe's walking down to the ring, he has a look on his face, just the way he walks and shit like that, the way he talks, his facial expressions, make him look so much tougher than like a Nia Jax. I just want to make that comparison there. So I gave this match 1 out of 5 stars. Not good, really. Then we have Braun Strowman defeating 4 jobbers. Are we really going back to this shit? The shit we've been seeing out. We saw this shit with Braun Strowman for like 6 months straight. I don't want to go back to it. All right, it's pointless. Last week he's in a championship match, and then the next week you fast forward and he's facing 4 jobbers. It's kind of dumb. It was a 2-minute match, and it was pretty much just fucking pointless. It's building on what we already know about Braun Strowman. All right, we get it. He's a big guy who kicks people's asses. All right, 0 out of 5 stars here. Then we have a debut here. This guy named Tozawa or whatever the fuck. Did not like it. Because the match is 3 minutes and 40 seconds long, and like it had to be like 15 times throughout the match. He's like, he's yelling all the fucking time. Just fucking wrestle, you motherfucker. Every time he does a move, he yells, he screams or whatever the fuck. What are you, a fucking Native American? It's just so annoying. Don't do that shit. Just fucking go out there and wrestle. Enough with all the yelling. It doesn't do anything. It's just annoying. So I gave this match 0.75 out of 5 stars. It was only 3 minutes and 40 seconds long. Then we get Owens and Jericho coming out to cut a promo. So, I thought it was kind of funny. Jericho puts Brady on the list. So they were talking for a few minutes. And then Goldberg comes out there. And they have a little back and forth there, decent, I guess, back. The thing about Goldberg is he takes forever to cut promos. First out, the crowd's chanting Goldberg, Goldberg, Goldberg. So that usually takes up a decent amount of time for the crowd to settle down. And he just talks. When he talks, he doesn't talk like a normal person. Like when Owens talks, he'll talk fast. Like he'll get what he has to say out. He'll say a lot. Goldberg is like, guess what? And then he'll pause. You know, you're next. And then he'll pause. I mean, he's just so slow when he's cutting a promo, so you can't really formulate a good promo between the two people here. So, I mean, he comes out and he's talking, and he says the only reason Owens has held the belt that long is because he hasn't faced Owens. So then Jericho pushed Owens in the match there. I thought it was an okay promo. I mean, we just saw Goldberg and Owens cut a promo a few weeks ago. So, I mean, if they were going to do this segment here, why even do that, segment a couple weeks ago? I mean, kind of pointless there. I mean, it would have been better if this was like the first time they were in the ring together. But it was an alright promo. I mean, it was cool to see both of them in there, and they made a match there for the pay-per-view, so it'll be interesting to see what the fuck happens with that. But I just felt like there wasn't there wasn't anything that significant said between the two men here. I mean, you could have had a better promo, you could have had better shit said, but all in all, it was an alright little promo. Then we have Cesaro and Sheamus versus Gallows and Anderson ending in a DQ. It was 6 minutes long. I thought the match was pretty boring. I gave it a half star out of 5. Just a typical tag match. I mean, I'm really getting sick of tag team wrestling. I mean, I don't know if WWE has ruined it or it just really sucks, like in general. But I mean, I'm just not a fan. The format of the matches are the same. I mean, it just seems like, though, with tagging in and shit like that, there's like no momentum, between the wrestlers, or the wrestling, because you keep tagging in, and when you tag in, you're kind of like starting over again. Like when it's a one-on-one match, it's the same two people in there for however long the match is. So, in tag team wrestling, really, a lot of it consists of, the heel team puts, rest holds on the babyface team to prevent him from, getting to the corner. And that's like fucking at least half the match in many cases. And that part of the match is very boring. So, half star out of 5 there. Then the New Day defeats the Shitty Stars. Just a boring, again, another typical tag match here. A boring 6-minute match here. I gave it 0 out of 5 stars. The New Day is really getting old. I mean, they've been together for a while now. It's time to turn them heel. Turn them heel. I mean, when they started becoming baby faces, that's when they started to suck. I mean, turn them heel or do something with them, because they're just getting stale and old and boring. Then Jericho defeats Zayn for the U.S. title. Or he retains. Jericho retains. Owens comes down there and interferes, and then we get the cold breaker. It was only a 6-minute and 40-second match, which is pretty fucking short for a title match, I thought. I gave it a half star out of 5, kind of just a typical fucking match here. Nothing too great, nothing out of the ordinary. Just a regular fucking... I mean, they just give us like ordinary shit and expect us to like it, and maybe they'll have the announcers go crazy or something and think that, then we should subconsciously think it's, so, great or something like that. I mean, it's just a pretty ordinary match. Then we get the cruiserweight, a promo between the cruiserweights here. This is again what I'm talking about. Too fucking short. You have 6 guys out there cutting promos. You cannot get significant promos in when you have 6 guys, and each of them were given like a minute to say what they had to say. I mean, you don't get significant shit done or built up by doing that kind of shit. So then that leads to a cruiserweight tag match, which was just short and boring. I mean, you had a 6-man tag. It was only 5 minutes long, which again, it only leaves like per person. You have like fucking a minute and a half per person, wrestling when they actually get, in the ring. So, I mean, just a boring ass match, short. I gave it 0 out of 5 stars. Then you have your main event, Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns. I believe it ended in a DQ. I thought Samoa Joe won, actually. I'm pretty sure he fucking won there. Because Braun Strowman came down to interfere, and then Samoa Joe. So at least they gave Samoa Joe the win. I don't know about Samoa Joe. I haven't seen a lot of him. He is a big guy, kind of like Kevin Owens, but he does seem athletic for his size. I'll have to wait and see what I think of him. I mean, a match with Roman Reigns is definitely not a good indicator of how good a guy is. because Roman Reigns sucks and rarely has good matches. So we'll have to see how good this guy, in my opinion, how good he is. Just because he's from the Indies, some guys automatically, love to suck his cock. But just because he wrestled for New Japan Pro Wrestling or Ring of Honor or whatever the fuck, it doesn't mean that he's great automatically. So I'm going to have to wait and see to see how good he is. But this match wasn't good. I believe it was, I forgot to write it down, but I believe it was like 10 minutes long. Like I said, Braun Strowman comes down there. The match itself was boring, but then after that, you have Braun putting Roman Reigns through the. I thought that was a cool spot. He puts him through the barricade, which was pretty cool to see there. Kind of just exploded, so that was cool there at the end. Kind of beats the shit out of Roman. That anytime Roman Reigns gets his ass kicked is a good moment in WWE. So that was cool. And yeah, that's pretty much your Raw there. I mean, pretty much a shitty episode, a shit show. Again, I mean, it's just everything is, they don't give it enough time, I feel like. In many, they don't give the matches enough time. They don't give the promos enough time. They don't give anything enough time. It's like they're trying to cram in as much shit as they can into 3 hours, which is dumb. It's like, take out a couple segments and then, lengthen the other ones. There's a lot of shit in here that just nobody likes. It's just jobbers or whatever the fuck. It's just totally pointless shit. So that's all I gotta say, people. Another shitty episode of Monday Night Raw. So there you go.